Can you talk a little bit about Ori itself and what it's actually measuring?
Sure. So Ori is a wearable biosensor designed specifically for children. So it's going to be like a kid-friendly band on the hand, and it continuously monitors several physiological parameters. So we're measuring heart rate variability, and this is important because it reflects how well the nervous system is managing stress. We're tracking skin conductance, which measures tiny changes in sweat gland activity. We're monitoring movement and activity patterns. And along with all of that information that we get from the wearable, we're tracking contextual information like sleep quality, duration, food and water intake throughout the day, and parents' observations about their children's mood and behavior. So there's a little bit of work certainly from the parents to be observing and putting the information in, but when we have all this data then in one place, it creates what we call a multimodal data stream with multiple types of information flowing together to give us the full picture of what's happening with the child.
And so that term multimodal, why is that better? What's so important about that?
Yeah, so multimodal simply means that we're combining data from multiple different sources, in this case, sensors and parents, right? And the reason this matters is that no single measurement tells the whole story about what's happening emotionally. Right. So this is fairly intuitive, I think. So as a parent, I'm talking to my child on the phone and can only hear their voice. And I might think that their mood is off, right? Or they're upset, but I can't be sure what exactly is wrong. But once I'm in the same room as them and I see them, I hear them, I can make eye contact, see their facial expressions, body language. And boy, do they have body language, right? I immediately have a much better sense of what their mood is like, right? So it makes sense. More data that I get into my brain, the much better idea I have of what my child's emotions are. And that goes the same with when it comes to digital phenotyping. When we combine all these different types of data from sensors, the heart rate, the movement, the sleep, the food intake, we get a much clearer picture of what's going on. And that's where machine learning and precision monitoring come in. So when a child first starts wearing Ori, we start what we call kind of like a learning phase. The algorithm starts to collect baseline data. We want to know, what do they look like on a good day, on an average day, on a tough day, after a full night's sleep versus a restless night, right? Right. And then over the first few weeks, we're building this initial physiological profile that's unique to the child, because there's a lot of individual variation, you can imagine, right, between one child to another. The patterns are not at all the same across children. So this initial monitoring period is very important. And then as we collect more and more data, our machine learning model, we call it OriSense, gets better at predicting for that specific child. Then we can predict when a child is going to have an emotional outburst based on their own unique baseline data and patterns. This is true precision medicine. And I love this because we're not trying to, predict based off of just kind of generalities, right? We're really trying to predict based off of your own child and what they're typically like. And because it's machine learning, it keeps improving. Over time, false alarms will decrease, the timing of the alerts will get more accurate, and the intervention recommendations from the family coping coach will get more tailored based off of what's actually worked for this child and the family in the past.
That's interesting.